Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Peace and divine blessings to you and to your families. In all transparency, I come this weekend, this Sunday, just a little bit less energy than normal, a little bit introspective, a little bit drained, a little bit, just a little bit, in my feelings, I guess. And I wanted to be sure to reach out to you to keep us on the path towards our greatest and most divine self. I came across some videos this week, and I'm going to share them in the description section that I'd love for you to check out. And so I just wanted to definitely greet you with my heart and my mind and my spirit wide open. And I wanted to take a moment to pray into you and pray into us and pray into our healing. Almighty Mother, Father, Creator of the heavens and the earth, come before you in thanksgiving and gratefulness and joyfulness and fulfillment. We come asking your blessing and your spirit be with us, that we all come together in this moment with an open heart, open mind, open spirit, to learn and to grow and to heal. I pray for each and every one of you who are in the sound of my voice, who are within the sound of my voice. And I pray for your health, your happiness, your discernment, for your understanding of life and what it has to offer you. All this I pray in your most precious and divine name, too. Amen, amen, and amen. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Recently, I was woken up in the middle of the night with something to say, and I had the fortitude to get up and write it down, which I don't usually have. I just say a prayer and ask for it to be sent to me again, and most of the time it is sent to me again, but sometimes I lose precious messages from the Most High that are not necessarily meant for me. They just come through me, or they're meant for me and they're meant for me to share as well. So I wanted to read this one to you. I recognize that I said we were going to learn to meditate, but I'm going to leave you a link to a meditation below also in the description. But it's so imperative that when Spirit speaks to us, that we listen. It's so imperative that we share the messages that Spirit shares with us, because it's not only for our own edification, although it is most and foremost for our own edification, but I've chosen to answer the call on my heart, and that call is to spread love, joy, peace, happiness, fulfillment, and the path to that. And I'm stumbling on my path myself, but what I know that keeps me on my path is me sharing the messages that the Almighty gives to me with others. And this is the way I've chosen to do that. So thank you for joining me. The message that was sent to me is so poignant, and I'm just going to read it for us to just listen and hear the gems, and apply it, take it in, dissect it, determine what's for you, and leave what's not for you, or maybe what's not for you right now. Come back to it later, because maybe there's some other gems that you weren't able to receive today in it that you will be able to receive in the future. More reason why I record these messages and put them for everyone to participate in. It's a big one though, with the loss that we had as a community. I'm a dancer, you know that, and the loss that we had in the dance community, in the Black community, and just in the American community, in the entertainment world that we had this week was, tragic. But prayerfully, someone within the sound of my voice, someone within reach of this post, will hear it and will be moved to see themselves differently and to see the world differently. So here we go. Purpose. Surfing the waves of life. The journey is the goal. The journey is the purpose. Some of us come with a passion, and it's what inspires us. It inspires our journey. But don't confuse your passion with your purpose. Your purpose is to live, to feel, to experience, to have trial and tribulation, as well as joy and fulfillment. Your purpose is to serve yourself, and to use your life as a ministry to others. Your purpose, your life, whether to 1 or to 1 million, your living is a service. Your living is a testimony to someone who needs you, to someone who sees you. Your living is your purpose, your life. That is the purpose of every life. We allow our passions to steer us through our purpose, the journey. But please note, we do not all have a passion. We do not need a passion. Passions that we have that drive us are not the purpose of life. The purpose of life is just to live, to feel, to experience trial, tribulation, joy, and elation. And if you don't feel that you have a purpose, that's just fine too. We're not all made the same. In fact, for some of us, it would be better not to have a passion, because some of us get attached to our passion and perceive it as our purpose. When that is the case, it's only another thing that we have to detach ourselves from. For those of us with a passion, it is imperative that we one day detach ourselves from that passion, yet continue to pursue it dispassionately. Why? Why would you continue to pursue a passion with dispassion? Because it is your drive. It is a part of you. It is what is driving you through your journey. It is what drives you through and to your purpose, along your path, along the journey. And the journey is your purpose. And without some of those of us who have a passion, without it, we may get lost. But we must be dispassionately passionate. And the reason we must be dispassionately passionate is because what if one day the passion we have is taken away from us? What if, as a dancer, one day the dancer breaks their leg? What if one day the dancer becomes a quadriplegic? What if one day you can no longer participate in that which you thought was your passion? Would we lose our purpose? Would we no longer have purpose in the world? What would you do if you could, what would you do if you could no longer participate in your passion? Would you get lost? If you've been using your passion to drive your entire life, then when you lose your passion or you lose your ability to participate in said passion, then you can get lost. But if we detach ourselves from the things that we think give us status, from the things that we think give us purpose, from the things that we think are the reasons for being here, the things we've made up in our minds, then we see that the true purpose is the journey of life, is living, experiencing joy, pain, trial, tribulation, elation, blissfulness, the balance of life. That is the purpose. We must find balance within it. Some would say, well, what is life without a passion? I ask you, could it be easier without a passion? Could it be simpler? What if our passions changed on a whim? What if one day we wake up passionate about butterflies, but tomorrow we wake up passionate about Broadway? Would that somehow be the wrong way to live? Of course not. And what if you had no passion at all? What if you never had what society defines as a passion? Would that be the wrong way to live? Would you somehow be purposeless? Of course not. You'd simply have something, one less thing, something different to detach yourself from. You would simply be on your journey. And that is the goal. That is your purpose. I heard recently someone say, there is no purpose of life. There's no purpose in life. There's just life. But that is the purpose. Living and serving and allowing yourself to be part of the experience of being human, knowing that you are greater than the flesh that makes you human, knowing that you are more than what is presented and perceived by the naked eye and by the six senses, knowing that you are deeper, wider, stronger, fuller, bigger than what you see in the mirror, but you are so much more than what you can ever perceive. Then when we realize that, we can recognize that attaching ourselves to some passion that was told we had to that we were told we had to have by this world, by society, attaching ourselves to that was a step in the direction away from our purpose. Getting up and going to a 9 to 5 is not living. It's a part of having the human experience, but it is not life. Life is feeling. Life is growing. Life are the growing pains of growing. Life is the joy and the elation that we have when we pare ourselves down, when we take off the masks and the shields, when we stop running on the rat race, when we sit still, we look at a mountain, we look at a flower, we see a butterfly, we build a house, we grow some food in our garden, and we breathe. And we breathe. And we breathe. These accolades, these titles, these pursuits for greatness in a society that only wants us to be robots, to be batteries, to be cogs in a wheel. These pursuits that we are told are what makes us valuable. Money, position, platforms. These are not what give you value. You are inherently valued and valuable just by being alive. It's when we don't see that we lose value for ourselves and we start comparing ourselves to others. And we start feeling less than because we haven't gotten to a certain standing point in life, in this world. Not in life, but in the world. And it's the pursuit of those things that are feeding our ego, not our spirit. How do we sit with ourselves? How do we just be still? And stillness is not physical all the time. Stillness is mental. Stillness is spiritual. How do we find stillness and focus our energy on the great, grand, amazing spirit that we are? Focus our energy on our connectivity with one another. Focus our energy on our connection with the Most High, so that we might be guided by that connection and guided by that force and guided in everything we do. How do we do that? We've been talking about this for a while, but this time for real, we're going to get into some meditation because that's one of the ways that I found it. There's many paths to the same place. I'm only here to voice the message of one path, maybe two. But we're going to get into it. We're going to put our best foot forward. We're going to analyze and ask ourselves the important questions. Who am I and why am I here? How do I serve? How do I reconnect? How do I break these false contracts that I've made with the world and return to the original contract that I made with Spirit, that I made with the Most High, that I made with myself? I'm here for you, and you're here for me, and I thank you. I thank you, and I love you. And when we get into it next week with meditation, we'll be discussing how, and we'll be practicing how we sit still, whether it be physically, mentally, or spiritually. We will be still and allow ourselves to reconnect with ourselves. Thank you. I love you. Till next time. Peace.